Yeah. So, so basically, more. We'll see we're doing more mock reviews. Yes, it's my today mock review is, of course, the TordBot. Yep, I'm reviewing the TordBot. The robot, basically, the robot mech of Tord. The robot that Tord himself from EddsWorld actually, you know, basically enough, right, actually used to try to destroy his friend Tom from the end. Yeah, but yeah, so I was freaking no. Yeah, let's be honest. The portraits of Tor being slightly being evil and being the better here is just slightly out. It's just come out of nowhere for some bizarre reason. But anyways, we're talking about TordBot. You can tell this is just the biggest. Of course, you tell the size. This is the biggest mock I ever made. Yes, the TordBot is the biggest mock I've ever made. Anyways, so well, the design does look pretty solid good. It actually does look like the mock itself. Well, it actually does look like the character. So let's see. We're then looking up the both Tord mock and the TordBot and the TordBot mock. But of course, we all know about that. Now, but the tails is slightly bigger. You tell it's compared to a me figure like Tord. You tell he's a bit bigger than Tord. But it's actually Tord's biggest mock I've ever made. That was actually bigger than my Geigen mock, apparently enough. But with these bigger, it's not sturdier. Yeah, before I get to the problems, this mock is not completely sturdy, like at all. Like the head is a bit. The head always come off a bit too easily, and it's just get annoying. Let's be honest. But I might slightly do better by using this. Of course, instead of using this of course, this piece in this brick piece in red, I just use this piece instead for the neck of his mock, and it's but this is actually this is actually because of the detail of this mock itself. The head of the mock is back of the mock, and I want to use a couple of big pieces to make Tord robot mock. It's horizontally a robotic mock. Also, I basically just use pieces of my previous mock, and that'd be my Kaiju Red. Forgot the Green Puzzle mock, and I use it to make TordBot. And let's be honest, I don't really care about that character anymore, and I'm probably happy I actually did. I'm probably not that sad. I dismantle it and use it all as parts to build a Tord mock. Because let's be honest, the design of this robot is actually pretty cool, even though it only got destroyed by Tom with a harpoon gun. Yep, that's how Tom actually defeated this. He used a harpoon gun. And you think? So, posability is not very good, but decent, I guess. Anyways, the head does swivel. The head does swivel. It's almost all movement. All the way around. And out. Elbow. Okay, this one elbow. This one the wrist. This one the legs. Knees. And ankles. Yes, there's ankle pivot. Ankles actually move. Basically, this mock is a course use bare actually joint. It's this mock actually use bare joint. Well, the guy can mock use basically enough both actually joint and ball joint. And of course, I'm not a fan of the way you joint. Of course, the one part of this market that shouldn't be, well, how, of course, the thing is, I also now, of course, here's basically like this for Tord. You can put Tord in there. Basically, now, how you do, you pop off the head, remove this, remove this as well, and then, of course, can remove basically this, and then how you put, and this is also how you put Tord in the TordBot. But of course, you all know as could be a bit frustrating, and of course, a bit pain to do it. So I what I do. I think that I'm also more surprised. I'm actually surprised. I mean, playing around with think is really difficult and frustrating, like really frustrating. That is basically this was my least favorite mark on time. Why is my least favorite mark? Well, because it's not. Because let's be honest, the other thing is not as sturdy. But let's go to size comparison time. Here he is compared to a minifigure, but here he is. But let's compare to let's compare TordBot to the other mark that I have made. Here he is. Okay, here he is compared to Donkey Kong. Here he is compared to Rayman. It's like he's sturdy, but not really mark. Here he is compared to Rayman. Mega Man. Here is compared to the blue robot himself, Rayman. He's like taller than Rayman, by the way. He doesn't much taller than Rayman and Donkey Kong combined. And here he is compared to the two other marks, like Godzilla. Is compared to the King of the Monsters himself. And here, and of course, finally compared to the last and final mark. That's compared to. Now we're comparing to not mark, but these marks. And here is compared to Gigan. He's actually slightly taller than Gigan. I find out how Gigan, well, he's slightly taller than Gigan, but Gigan's more stereo and it's a little better and stereo to play. Because let's be honest, for playing on with the Gigan, this is Gigan mark than this guy. You see right here, and let's be honest, the TordBot is, well, TordBot is, it's actually, so you can tell this thing is, of course, much bigger than my mark of Gigan, Godzilla, Donkey Kong, Mega Man, Rayman, and Godzilla. It told him all 6 of my marks. This is of course the 7th mark I made. Of course, my 7th mark that I built and made, and it's called just the Tord mark. Oh boy! But of course, I'm not a fan of this mark like at all. Like, of course, there's like moving the mark itself, but let's be honest, this will be the only time I've ever not give this mark leg possibility at all. Like, giving this thing a leg possibility is a pain. It's a bit of pain. And let's be honest, it's not really good. Let's be honest. So this is not that sturdy as well. But we all know it's supposed to be a Tord mark. It's not supposed to be like a mech. It's supposed to be a mech for Tord himself actually, use. But let's be honest, I use mostly I have to use almost all of the red and mostly black and pieces to actually make this robot. And yep, it's not really good. Again, you compare it to my custom-made figure of Tord. He is, of course, a lot bigger than that. But I am definitely not a fan of this TordBot, like, at all. Or TordBot mark, of course. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's compare them to. Oh yeah, but speaking of Tord, let's compare them to my other mark. This time a uncle mark. And of course, compared to my, of course, uncle Tord mark. He is also bigger, straight up his legs. He is, of course, a bit bigger than my Tord uncle mark. And the probably without the only EddsWorld mark I made of the character Tord from EddsWorld. But now we have the TordBot, and it's not real good. Yeah, I've been this guy, this is gonna be a complete pain to actually do. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain to actually build in, let's be honest. I'm really not a big fan of this mark, like, at all. This mark is the most frustrating, difficult mark I ever built. Like, I got so frustrated off of building this guy, and it's basically mostly because this mark is just so dang difficult. But let's be honest, I still built the mark anyway. I still built the TordBot mark. Now, I kind of find out I mostly call it the Tord mark, even though this is the TordBot, because this is Tord, the actual character Tord, and this is the TordBot. This is the robot that Tord himself used, and from the end. Yeah, I kind of find that it's actually kind of funny that how Tord never had a giant robot like this before. Like, let's be honest, like, Tord had never, acknowledged that this thing, and even in the beginning of Deep Sea Adventure, because, well, because let's be honest, Tord still never imagined this robot like at all. Imagine that he have a robot version of himself that he's building, and that's pretty, almost idiotic of Tord actually. To be fair, Tord actually, weirdly enough, designed this robot actives. Of course, I'm not surprised. The question why does Tord ever thought of actually creating this robot after himself. But let's be honest, this big robot version of Tord is not really great at all. Being sturdy on his head will come off, pop off, and you know what. But still, his mark is not really great, let's be honest. It's really not really good. I think the only thing I somewhat like about this mark is that it is a bit sturdy. It's a bit, well, not really sturdy. It's actually, of course, also a bit possibility there, but not gonna bother. Also, forgot to mention this guy have a jetpack and a row. That's really cool that he does have indeed. So basically, the color is this bit black, red, blue, and of course, gray. Bit light and dark gray. But his mark is mostly, of course, it's also a little gun hand and a claw hand as well, because it's a TordBot mark. But anyways, the reason why his face looks like this is because he could try to make him stand a bit better, but I don't know. I mean, this head is somehow make it a little top heavy. Even though it's like nothing. But hey, basically that's only. Of course, that's enough of me rambling about this mark a bit too much. I'm just going to end it right here. What's we are. the truth, and of course, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned. Happy Halloween.